Let's see if the live is working properly. It looks like it is. Alright, so this is a mission I flew earlier with my wingman. We're still both learning how to use bombs and different things, but here's how it's gonna go. We're taking off from Kobuleti here. I've positioned on the map my different waypoints so that it'll be easier. Once in a while I still have to cheat a little bit with the F10 map, but I'm starting to know how to navigate fairly well with the F4. Jester is very helpful, changing the waypoints for us, and so we have like 2 targets in this mission. There's an artillery position here and some logistics trucks there, possible AAA north of that, but nothing to worry too much about. The SAM sites are more to the west, so if we don't head west, we're okay. But yeah, so I have an IP, which is my first waypoint. We're going to get in low, and that should line us up well with the artillery position. And then same thing for the next target. I have waypoint 3 that will prep us for the line of trucks that we have there. And then we can head for our alternate Kutaisi if we need to rearm. Let's say we miss our bombs, which happened a few times earlier tonight. We'll be able to go there. As you can see here, there could be some enemy aircraft, mostly ground attack aircraft, so nothing too hard because I'm still not a pro at air-to-air, although I'm watching more videos and practicing my stuff in air-to-air to get better at it. I'm still struggling a little bit. So yeah, so we're gonna take off, go bomb 2 targets. If we need to, we rearm here. We might have some air-to-air, and then once all that's done, we try to come back. So let's try to do this. So I've set the year as 2001. I figured it would be something that would allow me to have 9 mics on my Phantom, and I'm using some German Phantoms on that one. So we even have some that are flying escort for the AWACS. And it's winter. Yeah, it's a winter mission. So, that'll set it to gun. Alright, so this is our jet right here. We've got 12 MK-82 Snakeyes on the outboard pylons. We have some sidewinders, 2 Sparrows, a nice big fuel tank. So that's what the plane looks like. Now in terms of low-level bombing, what I've found to be useful for me, I'm going to be dropping 6 bombs. That way I have 6 per target. I'm going to space the first target at 0.07, and I'm going to go direct bombs. Select my outer pylons here. Might as well do the gun. And basically, after I've set my reticle later, what I'll want is I'll want to be flying at 500 feet at 500 knots here. So those are the 2 things I'll be checking to be able to drop my bombs on target. Now it seems like something that might be easy to do, but just lining up with the target, even though I gave it a little bit of smoke to help me out, it was something that we struggled, my wingman and I, earlier, so hopefully we get to do something good. So just checking my switches, I think we're good to go.
Let's do it. They'll never see us coming.
Let's hope it's going to be the case. For air-to-air, I just went to watch a a tricker video just to make sure I remember how to use the gesture context button and all the other modes. I think I'll be okay if we need that, but I mostly use the cage function when I do dogfighting. But first we're gonna go bomb things, and good idea is to raise the seat a little bit so you can see the reticle when you're gonna go bomb. That way, even if I'm sitting back in the seat, I get to see it. So let's give it some power and go.
Engine's good, airspeed off the peg. 80 knots. 101. 102. 103. I'm just kidding. Flapped up. Nails, 7 o'clock. And nails, 7 o'clock. Gears moving.
My gear switch was in the wrong position, so that's one of the things that happens.
Gear up.
There we go. Okay. Alright, so I've set up my plane to go fly to the waypoints. So as you can see right now I'm at 300 knots. We'll have to accelerate to go do our ground attack, but right now we're just heading for our waypoints. Now because the waypoint is behind that mountain, I'm going to do some terrain following, so I'm going to head in the valley there and have fun doing that. That should also help us pick up speed. We can see now we're at 400. You can see here on our radar altitude, we know how high we are above the ground. So when we're going to go release our bombs, we'll want to be at 500 feet, 500 knots.
Mud, 11 o'clock. SA-8.
So we got an SA-8 at 11 o'clock. I think it's far enough that it's nothing we need to worry about. It's probably protecting the enemy airfield. Also I have an SA-3. As we saw on the map earlier, we're probably never going to get in range of the SA-3 if we stay within mission parameters. So we're 4 miles from our first waypoint. There's going to be a smoke on my first target. Yeah, I think we already see the smoke there in the distance. That's because another previous flight hit some buildings, so the buildings had caught fire.
Next turn point is in.
Leftover smoke. So that new waypoint should point us towards that area. And it does. And from the calculations I made, the target should be a bit to the right of that smoke, on the edge of a forest. So now is the time where we need to check our speed and altitude and try to maintain something that will allow us to hit our targets. Earlier I tended to be flying either too high or too fast. Now I'm too low. But I'm right on speed, so I'll not touch the throttle for now. Try to keep speed where it needs to be. Targets are there.
Okay, got good steering to the next turn point.
Bombs away. I know what I did. I didn't arm the bombs. So that means we're going to have to do another pass. And we're probably going to have to go reload. Unless I do the second target with guns. Alright, so this target is there, so let's try that. I had a perfect approach on the first run. It's too bad. That's what happens when you're still learning. You forget the one thing. Usually it's that or the master arm. The previous run I did with this mission, my first bombing run, or actually the second one, I think I hit the switch on my throttle base because it's very close to my zoom. I think I hit the master arm switch and then I had turned off my master arm on the bombs. So let's try that again. Fast, we're at the right altitude. Bombs away. Let's see how we do this time. Oh, that's good. I think we got a hit or two. Yeah, we've got some stuff on fire. That's good. Alright, so now here's what I'm going to attempt. I'm going to set my vertical
Nails, 6 o'clock.
to 35.
And, nails, 6 o'clock.
Checking my waypoints at the same time, trying not to hit the ground. Okay, so 35. So that I can use my gun. We're out of bombs, so that's what we'll be able to use. Okay, I wanted to test it because that too, you can get it wrong and it won't work. So I'm going to turn this on if I need to do air-to-air later. So now we can head for our second target. So this next waypoint will line us up with it. I think it's right on the top of the hills in front. And then we'll go line up with a group of trucks. So trucks we can kill with the guns. Because as you can see, we delivered all our bombs, so we're out of those.
Okay, next turn point is in.
So he's entered the next turn point. So now we're looking for trucks next to a road. I'm gonna climb a little bit. Yeah, I think I see them. Turn right, then turn left. Yeah, there they are.
Steering is updated to next turn point.
Alright, let's go do a gun run on this. I think that should be pretty good. Yeah, we set most of them on fire. That's another thing I've been practicing, setting the mils to 35 on the gun. It helps to get decent kills on the ground targets. So we're all good. We're bugging out of here. So now we're going to head for Kutaisi, but this is where we might get a little air-to-air fun. So what I'll do is I'll change my reticle to air-to-air. I had already switched my CW there to be available. We can see that our radar missiles, the two of them, are ready. As I said, I'm keeping things on the easy level, more or less pre-planned, so that I don't get too many surprises, but we're learning. Let's see if I can help things by telling Chester to make a 25 nautical mile scan. Is that gonna help? So we've got a pop-up group, so just to practice things, I'm going to drop my centerline tank. Looks clear ahead. There we go. So we've dropped that. Hopefully not on someone's house. So let's ask the AWACS what is up.
Magic 11441. Request bogey dope.
Again, I cheat a little bit. 108. 4,000. Do you see him, Chester? We're hitting more or less for it. I'm also going to use my eyes. We're at Angels 3. Okay, he's at that river there. That's the river.
Right 10, 5 miles, 3,000. Copy.
Lock him up.
We have a SU-25, 12 o'clock, 5 miles, bandit locked.
That didn't work out. Gonna go to heaters.
And mud. Yeah, mud. 6 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Hawk.
Fox 2. Okay, we got him. That's good. Alright. we're done here.
All right, back to scanning.
So this is Taisi. I had set up a few vehicles if we needed to go reload. I'm going to show you what
got
it looks like.
steering to the next point.
You see here, got a few of those. Now what I could do, since my first target wasn't completely hit, is I could come and land here, get some more bombs, and go see if we can go attack the first target. It's right there. It's not very far.
Copy. Ford 4-1 inbound.
Slow things down, get our gears down, flaps down.
Alrighty, gear, flaps, pressure, warning lights, anti-skid. $500. $300. $100.
Touchdown.
Now, when we first took off, we were badasses. Now we just have hard asses.
Jester doesn't like my landings. Sometimes he does, but not all the time. He doesn't like when I taxi too fast too. I saw that earlier. We've got a Hercules, some trucks and munitions there, so we're gonna go get another load of bombs. I'm gonna reset my reticle to 140 since we're gonna be using bombs again. Actually, I was at 143 earlier and was pretty much bang on the money. You see that I'm making good use of the new Mason objects. And so let's nut the canopy and talk to our ground crew. I'm not gonna refuel because I still have tons of fuel, but I'm gonna ask for guns and bombs.
Request rearming.
So if you didn't hear because of the drone of the engines, he said request rearming, and the ground crew heard me. So we'll see if they'll replace that Sparrow and Sidewinder. Yep. And the bombs. One side,
Rearming complete.
the other side. Alright, we're good. Now normally they would taxi with the windows open, but I don't know if you looked around. It's winter time. I'm cold. So I think Jester will be happy to do the same as well.
Canopy down and locked, lights out, and stripes aligned.
So this is the probably like the correct speed to taxi, but I like to go a little faster. Let's see if Jester likes that. Maybe he got used to it the last time. AAA vehicle there. Vulcan. Let's have fun and put on the sunglasses, because the coolness factor helps you get more kills, right? Since we're flying a German plane, I had fun earlier. I rebaptized our friend Jester. His new name is now Gunther. So Gunther, we're going to take off again. I hope you are ready. Alright, let's get on the runway, get everything set up. Let's give it power.
Engine's good. Airspeed's coming alive. 80 knots. There's 100 knots. And nails, 11 o'clock. Oh, I'm showing nails, 11 o'clock.
Airborne gears up, flaps up. Alright, so now let's check again that everything looks like it's set up properly. There we go. So 6 bombs, spacing 07, direct. We're gonna go to bombs. You see, good thing I checked. This was good.
SA3 and
Outside.
1 o'clock. SA8.
Alright, Chester, take me to waypoint 1. There. Go to waypoint 1. That's going to help us line up with the target, which is right there. Let's have a quick little look. So earlier we got a Jeep and one of the vehicles, so try to get things going a little bit better this time. Triple checking everything, master arm, bombs, direct, interval and number. That looks good. Disengage altitude hold. Disengage autopilot. Give it gas.
Is updated to next turn point.
We've got our smoke ahead of us. Gonna get low. The speed. Gonna trim it a bit. We've got speed and altitude. Now we're just slightly low.
Turn point is updated.
That might be a bit short, I think. Yeah. For some reason, something looks like it was off. Ah, my reticle was still in air-to-air. That's what was off. I knew there was something that was just not feeling right. Again, we're learning. We forget things. It's normal. When I had that little doubt in my mind before dropping the bomb, I should have not dropped the bombs. Line up a little bit better. Speed. Let's get all the altitude correct. Now that should be a bit better. And they went long. Probably because I was in a shallow dive when I dropped them or something. Okay. Since we're not very lucky with bombs. Oops. Wrong way. It's not that we're not lucky with the bombs, is that I got a bit impatient here. We'll try a gun pass. And a little bit like the other target, if I get enough stuff blown up, I'll be happy. Didn't work too well. So what do we do when we're stupid? We go rearm. So Chester.
Copy that. Steering set for the new coordinates.
10 miles in that direction. Makes a lot of sense. Those are the hangars. So we're going to be coming from that angle. Move left a bit.
Kutasi, Ford, 4-1, inbound.
Hey Kutasi, we're gonna need some more of those bombs you have for us, because we were too impatient and silly. Okay, we're coming in then. Let's get that gear down, flaps down.
Kutasi, Ford, 4-1, request landing.
All right, those are some nails. 2 o'clock. And gear, flaps, pressure, warning lights, anti-skid. $500. $300. $100. Steering to next point is ready. Well, thanks, buddy. At least I can get retired on disability now. Wow, I guess we should tell the plane captain we need a new undercarriage.
Hope I didn't break anything. Earlier when I did one of those sort of hot dog landings, I damaged a gear. Didn't look damaged, but when I took off, I went to get the gear up. Didn't go up all the way. There was like the right landing gear was still down and the rest was in. So I had to go take another plane. How are we doing on fuel? We almost haven't used any fuel because we have this big tank. Oh, although I think the tank we jettisoned earlier. But of course when we reloaded, it probably gave us a new one, yeah. If I turn the big tank back on, we'll probably see the fuel is going to transfer from the tank. There. This should go up. Doesn't look like it's going up. From what I remember too, like on takeoff, we're not supposed to turn it on, so we'll wait. Okay, need motor bombs.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy. Refueling complete.
Time to check if the stream is still going okay. Yeah. Bombs one side, bombs the other side. Good. Set our reticle back to the correct position. That was the problem last time. We had forgotten to put it back to air to ground. So the fuses are on nose tail. We have outside pylon selected. We're on direct.
Alrighty, gear,
bombs.
flaps, pressure, warning lights, anti-skid.
6 and 0.07 spacing. There's a lot of stuff to check. Master arm. Let's set our nav before we take off.
Okay.
Wrong one.
Yeah, you've got steering to the new point now.
Yeah, I gave you the wrong one because this thing is not super easy to point in the right direction, but now we're good.
New steering set.
Alright, ready for takeoff, Gunther?
Engine's good. Airspeed's coming alive. 80 knots. 100 knots. Oh, I'm showing nails 11 o'clock.
Okay, everything came up so I didn't break my landing gear. Well, at least not severely. Target smoke over there.
Bud, 1 o'clock. SA8.
As my wingman was saying earlier, when we have to do multiple passes like that and redo our navigation every time, at least we're getting good at the navigation part if we're not getting the bombs on target. It's a learning process. Didn't time my turn quite correctly here.
Next turn point is updated.
Our speed.
Turn point is updated.
Using that little tree to help me line up. Bombs away. That was a bit better. Yeah, we've set a few things on fire now. And there's not much left to do with that artillery position. There's one artillery vehicle left. There's a hangar there with 2 trucks. Maybe we could try the hangar on the next pass.
Copy. Alrighty, steering is set for the new coordinates.
Just trying not to go too far west. Okay, so we've got our smoke over there.
Roger that. Alright, new steering set.
The little hangar is to the right of the big smoke. Let's see if we can get our speed and everything else.
Next
Altitude
turn point is updated.
a little faster. Just a bit higher. Bombs away. Ah, that went long. We had the bombs, I figured might as well use them, but that'll be that. Okay, so now we're gonna be heading back home. This is my waypoint to line up on final.
Alright, new steering set.
The skin looks almost invisible in the wintertime. it to you over there.
Okay, got good steering to the next turn point. Heads up, traffic at 11 o'clock.
Oh, traffic. Is that like the other F4s? No, they're already on the ground, so... We'll try not to crash into them as we land. Last night, when I was building the mission, I had to do 2 passes on the target, and when I came back, they were on final, so I said hello, took a nice screenshot. Alright, so slowing down. Gear coming down, flaps coming down. Feet on the pedals. Looks good. We're falling like a rock.
And gear, flaps, pressure, warning lights, anti-skid.
To locate the other 2 Phantoms on the base. Okay, there's one parked there, and I'm flying past there. Okay. Looking good with your aviator glasses there, buddy. And we can get this thing to go down there. Now we've got rid of the parachute. Got the flaps up for coming on the taxiway. So we'll go park close to those other F4s there near the tower. . Looks pretty good. Alright. So let's do our lazy shutdown. We'll be close to the tower, so that way we can go heat up inside when we get out.
And wheel chocks are in, sir.
Thank you. While we wait, we can ask the ground crew to put the little ladder there we go. And then can take the helmet off. Trying to remember, I think I mapped a key for it, but let's see. What's the helmet thing? Is it Shift H or no? Yeah, that one, okay. So let's go there and do that. There. So, whoops. Whoops. Wrong view. This view. There. Get to see a nice mustache and little yellow ladder thing here. With Gunther in the back. Eh? So now we can get out of the plane and go to the tower. And we've even got our little remove before flight ribbons flying in the slow winds. So that was a interesting flight. I still need to practice the low-level bombing. The terrain is a little bit uneven in that area, so you really have to bring it in as best you can, but it's a question of practice. But it's a fun mission to practice it in and get to try a little bit of everything, so I hope you enjoyed.